Take a moment to think about the many types of businesses you come into contact with during the course of a day. While you're on your way to class, you can stop at a gas station and have lunch at McDonald's or the neighborhood pizza, your banking, or food delivery via mobile apps. Online stores like Amazon bring the stores to you, offering everything from clothing to books, furniture, and more. A business is an organization that strives to earn a profit by providing goods and services desired by its customers. Goods are tangible items such as laptops. Services are intangible offerings like haircuts and car cleanings. The production of goods and services constitutes the basis for their standard of living. The United States has one of the highest standards of living in the world. On the other hand, businesses play a key role in determining our quality of life, or the general level of human happiness, based on things like life expectancy, education standards, health, hygiene, and free time. In 2023, Sweden and Norway ranked first for quality of life. While creating quality of life, you may waste time and money or fail to achieve an organization's goals. Without enough blood donors, the American Red Cross runs the risk of not meeting the demand for blood from disaster victims. Companies like Microsoft run the risk of failing to meet their revenue and profit targets. Income is the money a business receives from providing services or selling goods to customers. Costs are expenses for rent, salaries, and many other items that a business incurs to create and sell goods and services. For example, some of the costs Microsoft incurs while developing its softwares include expenses related to salaries, facilities, and advertising. If Microsoft has money left after paying all fees, it has a profit. A business whose costs exceed revenues makes a loss. Not all organizations seek to make a profit. Charities such as Habitat for Humanity, HelpAge India, Favela Foundation in Brazil, or Farm Africa are organizations that exist to solve certain social or environmental problems. The government is the largest and most widespread non-profit group and spends an unprecedented amount of money on public service. The lines that once separated non-profit and for-profit businesses have blurred. For-profit companies now address social issues in their corporate social responsibility strategy, while non-profit businesses apply business principles to operate more efficiently. To provide goods and services, whatever their purpose, organizations need inputs in the form of resources called production factors. 4 traditional factors of production are common to all productive activity. Natural resources include air, water, soil, minerals, plants, and animals. Human resources or labor refers to the employees, from a restaurant cook to a nuclear physicist, who perform the many tasks of manufacturing and selling goods and services. Capital is known as machinery, factories, and other production and distribution facilities, or the money to acquire them. Entrepreneurs are people who combine natural resources, labor and capital to produce goods or services with the aim of making a profit or achieving a non-profit objective. Many experts now include awareness as the 5th factor of production, as we live in a knowledge economy, a system of consumption and production based on intellectual capital. Recent statistics suggest that the number of U.S. knowledge workers has doubled over the past 30 years, with approximately 2 million knowledge job openings per year. Today, many individuals want to start their own business. They are attracted by the opportunity to be their own boss and reap the financial rewards of a successful business. Many start their first business and turn it into an empire, like Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, Aliko Dangote in Nigeria, or Mukesh Ambani from India. In this video, we are going to focus on entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are like a conductor, an artist with a canvas, or a scientist in a laboratory with his imagination as the only limit. In Chinese, the word for crisis is the same for opportunity. Thus, entrepreneurs are considered risk-takers, problem-solvers, pioneers, and the heroes of our times. Steve Jobs called them square pegs in round holes because entrepreneurs tend to be mavericks and think differently. Entrepreneurs must be multitaskers and highly responsive, because businesses do not operate in a vacuum, but rather in a dynamic environment that has a direct influence on their operation. Business owners and managers have a great deal of control over the company's internal environment, which covers day-to-day decisions. However, the external environmental conditions that affect a business are generally beyond management's control and are constantly changing. For example, no entrepreneur could have predicted the COVID-19 pandemic and its devastating consequences. Fluctuations in the level of economic activity create business cycles that affect businesses and individuals in many ways. Other areas that change with economic activity include inflation, interest rates, and the forces of supply and demand. A country's political climate is another critical factor that entrepreneurs must consider. The amount of government activity, the types of laws it passes, and the general political stability of a government are three components of the political climate. For example, General Electric will assess the political climate of a country before deciding to locate a factory there. How restrictive are regulations on foreign businesses, including foreign ownership of business assets and taxation? Import tariffs, quotas, and export restrictions must also be taken into account. State and local governments also exercise control over businesses, imposing licenses, establishing zoning ordinances, and similar regulations. Demographic factors are extremely important to entrepreneurs. Demography is the study of people's vital statistics, such as their age, gender, race, ethnicity, and location. Demographic data helps companies define markets for their products and also determines the size and composition of the workforce. Social factors, our attitudes, values, ethics, and lifestyles influence what, how, where, and when people buy products or services. They are difficult to predict, define, and measure because they can be very subjective. They also change as people go through different stages of life. People of all ages have a wider range of interests, challenging traditional consumer profiles. Technology is the application of scientific and technical skills and knowledge to solve production and organizational problems. New equipment and software that improve productivity and reduce costs can be among a company's most valuable assets. Productivity is the quantity of goods and services that a worker can produce. A nation's ability to maintain and create wealth depends largely on how quickly and effectively it uses technology to invent and adapt more efficient equipment to improve manufacturing productivity, to develop new products, and to process information and make it instantly available throughout the organization, as well as to suppliers and customers. We have seen how entrepreneurs interact with their environment. An entrepreneur is someone who identifies and acts on an idea or problem that no one else has identified or acted on. This opportunity identification perspective determines how the problem could be translated into an opportunity to create a new business. People have often viewed entrepreneurs as business rebels, mavericks, or activists. Being an entrepreneur has become synonymous with being an innovator, change agent, or risk taker. Entrepreneurs can create new business ventures or improve existing ones. They may simply introduce a product, service, or concept to a new region or market. For example, Howard Schultz introduced Starbucks as a new way to experience coffee. The invention of the computer is considered a radical innovation because it redefined the way people work and communicate. When Apple launches a new iPhone, we see incremental innovation, since Apple has only made incremental improvements to the new iPhone. However, disruptive innovation is when Apple changes the music industry with iTunes, because it changes the way people consume digital content. Choosing the path of entrepreneurship requires a willingness to take calculated risks. The difference between risk and calculated risk is due diligence, or conducting the research and investigations necessary to make informed decisions that minimize risks. In the entrepreneurial world, the idea of a lifestyle business has evolved to mean a business in which the founder's primary focus is lifestyle rather than a primary interest in financial rewards. As Jim Rohn says, success is not about to be pursued, it's to be attracted by the person you are becoming. What got you here won't get you there. Entrepreneurship can be a transformational journey with a long learning curve. In the entrepreneurial world, harvesting is the typical exit strategy. The harvest is the time when investors and the entrepreneurial team receive their feedback on the creation and building of the company. Another factor that contributes to the desire to become an entrepreneur is the excitement and pleasure of creating something new. Many entrepreneurs get excited about taking the idea from concept to fruition. A third factor supporting the growth of entrepreneurship is the combination of retirement and increased life expectancy. Many people like to work. For them, retirement consists of too much free time and not enough activities or the kind of engagement with the outside world that met their needs during their working lives. A fourth factor driving the growth of entrepreneurship is the growing awareness and support for entrepreneurship as a viable career choice. In the United States, between 1990 and 2014, the number of campus entrepreneurship education programs increased from 180 to more than 2,000. In a global comparison, the United States has the largest number of entrepreneurial businesses, followed in order by Switzerland, Canada, Sweden, Denmark, and Australia, according to the Global Entrepreneurship Index. Other factors that can affect entrepreneurial opportunities include employment rates, government policies and business issues, support for freedom, and acceptance of failure. Immigrants remain one of the main sources of entrepreneurship. Immigrants bring new ideas, new networks, and new perspectives. Immigrants are very perceptive. They can see what the natives could not see for a long time, and seize the hidden opportunity. They take common ideas in one country and execute them in a different place. In fact, immigrant entrepreneurs have played a major role in America's startup scene. According to a 2016 report from National Foundation for American Politics, 44 of the 87 startups valued at more than $1 billion in January 2016 were founded by immigrants, creating an average of 760 jobs per company. Entrepreneurs can also be social entrepreneurs, having an interest in solving social or community problems, concerned with the quality of life, etc. Among these people, Angad Daryani, a young Indian inventor who created an air purification system, or Guilherme Bramer, a Brazilian who transforms waste into new products. Not only are social entrepreneurs interested in social or environmental solutions, but their product will also provide them with financial gains and add to their personal credibility as serial entrepreneurs, or someone who starts and reaps several entrepreneurial ventures. Ellen Keller once said that, "The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision." Entrepreneurs are visionaries. They can dream of the future and execute in the present. Establishing your vision is the first of many steps in making a business a reality. An entrepreneur's vision is the start of a roadmap that will determine where he or she wants to go with his or her entrepreneurial efforts. A vision statement is the image you have of what the company will become in the future. The mission statement is a formal statement about what the company will do, what value it will bring to the end customer, and how it will accomplish this action. However, the road to entrepreneurship is paved with unexpected circumstances. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. It is one of the principles of Sarasvathi's theory of effectuation. When describing your mission, think carefully about the value proposition or benefits that your unique product, service, or process business model offers to customers. The vision statement should also be clearly discussed with the startup team. Even if you don't have a startup team, mentor, or support group, you'll need support. However, some entrepreneurs are underdogs. They begin their adventure alone, sometimes facing criticism and opposition from friends and family. As an entrepreneur, you build a business from scratch. This is not a job search at an existing company. In most cases, when people follow their passions, their creativity flows from that passion. However, passion is not enough. Entrepreneurs must solve real-world problems to succeed. No one will buy from you just because you are passionate about your job. Customers buy because of the benefits your products provide them. It's about them, not you. As part of the process of harnessing creative ideas, you can apply divergent thoughts, generating as many ideas as possible, even when those ideas don't seem logical. Preparation is the first step in the creative thinking process. The next action is to stop thinking about the activity, incubation. When we step away from consciously thinking about the activity or problem, we allow our unconscious mind to continue thinking about the activity, even if our conscious mind is busy doing something else. During the incubation stage, you can take a walk, take a nap, or simply continue with your daily activities. At some point, you may have a sudden inspiration or lighting or an aha moment that clearly addresses the activity or problem you want to solve. Most of the time, we already know the problem because we face it daily. The last step is verification, or developing our vision statement, or responding to the creative thinking exercise. You can do brainstorming or mind mapping as another popular creative thinking technique. You can research entrepreneurial ideas by creating surveys and asking people about their concerns, drawbacks, or problems. Entrepreneurship is challenging, and entrepreneurs must wear many hats. People see the flashy lifestyle in the media. However, they don't see the sleep deprivation, the rejection, the countless failures, the tears, the sacrifices, the broken family, the cynicism, the empty bank account, etc. It is difficult to find balance because it drains energy. Therese Gibson said, "The dream is free, the hustle is sold separately." You have to pay the price to get there to be a successful entrepreneur. entrepreneur Patrick Bet-David said, "The game of entrepreneurship is so ugly. If people know how ugly it is, very few would even do it." A career entrepreneur is someone who takes on the day-to-day management as the owner of the business, accepting and perhaps enjoying the daily risks and rewards of running and building the business. Patrick Bet-David goes on to say that the imagery is that you have 50 weaknesses exposed in a single day. Every entrepreneur must commit to a personal leadership improvement plan. This plan can take the form of courses or coaching, going against all odds, including pushing skill barriers. Starting a business is the essence of entrepreneurship. While vision is essential to creating the future you want for yourself and your business, goals are important in helping you take the steps necessary to make that vision a reality. SMART goals are well-structured and defined goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Airbnb's founders are passionate about supporting individual rights to rent unused space. Today, Airbnb is making giant strides in the sharing economy. "Nothing great has ever been accomplished without passion," said the German philosopher Friedrich Hegel. Passion is an essential component of the entrepreneurial process. Without it, an entrepreneur may lose the will to run their business. However, passion must be informed by the vision and mission of the entrepreneur. A clear mission statement will guide an entrepreneur's passion and keep the business on track. Often, the entrepreneurial mindset includes futuristic ideas that shake up normal or conventional experience-based processes over time. Tried and true processes and products that have a proven track record can be a formidable barrier to new ideas. A new idea may even appear impossible or far-fetched, perhaps even an embarrassment to the stable and predictable practices established within an industry. This can create a dilemma. An entrepreneurial mindset includes creativity, problem-solving skills, and a propensity for innovation. Open-mindedness is a characteristic that promotes creativity, problem-solving, and innovation. The innovator's dilemma was introduced by Clayton Christensen to explain disruptive technology, which are technologies that, once introduced, replace established models, processes, and systems previously accepted as normal or accepted. An example of disruptive technology is Airbnb, a company that threatens the established hospitality industry by connecting personal resources to people who want those resources. Sometimes disruptive technologies result from not listening to customers. Customers don't always know what they want. "If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses," said Henry Ford. In conclusion, besides the glamorous lifestyle associated with entrepreneurs, we believe they are the unsung heroes of our time. Most of the time, people refer to entrepreneurs as the billionaires on the Forbes list. However, small business owners in Colombia, street vendors in Africa, store owners in India are also entrepreneurs. University graduates, like dropouts, are also entrepreneurs. Some of the most important companies have been started by people from humble beginnings. John Cohn, the founder of WhatsApp, was a janitor, and Jean-Paul DeJoria was homeless. Wherever you are in your professional or entrepreneurial journey, our thoughts are with you, and we encourage you to be the best version of yourself. You will prevail by all means necessary. We are committed to producing quality content for you. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos.